Hey everyone, Couch Investor here with another video for you today. In today's video, I'm going to cover two very popular stocks in this channel. One is called Illumina, the other Invitae. Both stocks have been covered a couple of times on the channel. If you want to check those videos out, they're going to pop up right here. As for Illumina, I'm doing a monthly stock analysis for Illumina and Square each month. That will happen next Friday. If you want to check out my past analysis on the stock, it's going to be right there as well. So in this video, we're just going to compare both stocks because both stocks are in the genomic industry and which one is the better buy for the longer term. Now, before I get started, I just want to thank everyone that has been subscribing lately. We're almost at the 1,000 subscribers. I think we're just over 900 right now. So if you want to help me reach that goal, help me by subscribing to the channel. And if you like the videos, maybe leave it a thumbs up as well, as it really helps me out grow the channel and get my videos out there to you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So to make this video as short as possible, obviously I'm not going to go over the whole background of both companies. If you want to know more about that, and I suggest you to go watch those videos right here if you want to get more information about both stocks. But in this video, I'm just going to go do a small stock analysis on the price right now for both of them, then a conclusion at the end. I'm going to go look at a couple of articles that I found very interesting for this video. So let's first look at the graphs. All right, let's look at Illumina real quick on the stock price analysis. Don't forget, next week will be on my monthly stock analysis on Illumina stock and Square. So this is just going to be a quick recap for what was happening in the meantime. So my first video about Illumina was right around here or so, I think May 11th. So we were around about $310. As you can see, the uptrend line was respected until this point right here, June 4th. Then it went all the way down to my support line that I've put, respected that as well, and bounced back to around the price we're now, $360 or so. So overall, if you watch my first video on Illumina and you bought, I think you've made quite a bit of profit. We can see exactly how much. It's around about, let's click right there, around about 17%. Obviously, if you're holding it for the longer term, might go even higher. I think it will go higher in the future if they can switch to maybe as well long read instead of just focusing on short read, but that will remain to be seen. Otherwise, I think the price right now is okay, is respectable. Let me try a new one right here, a new uptrend line from the lowest point right there. All right, so for next week's analysis, at least we can look at both uptrend lines again and see what happens. Supposed to bounce back off the uptrend line and maybe continue its way upwards, but might break it. And then let's hope that my support line right here at 338, 340 or so is respected again, and we can see a bounce back. So if you want to play the trading game, I would say maybe wait. If it breaks down, put a buy order right around this price right here. But if not, I think it will continue maybe sideways. That would be healthy for the stock as well. We can see here the RSI is okay as well, not overbought, not oversold, right around the middle, so perfect for that. Now let's move and look at Invitae real quick. So Invitae stock, last time I covered the video, I did not do a stock price analysis, but it was as well right around this price here, $16.50 or so. Overall, support lines was respected, but my only concern right here is this huge gap between $18, $19 and $22 or so. It's quite a big gap, and I don't know if it will get filled right away, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is more bad news of a second wave or so that the stock will go plunging down. But I think it will still fill it really quick, then create maybe a new support line at $20 or so and make its way back up to the price we're at right now. Now we're like at our all-time highs. We've been there a couple of times actually, right here before the outbreak, a year ago, same thing. So you can see this is quite a resistance point. If we can make a solid base in this area for a couple of weeks or so, a month, then this gap might not get filled eventually. Not all gap should get filled, but some will. As you can see here, we are overbought right now, so it would not surprise me if the stock was going sideways a bit to go back to the normal area in the RSI or go down slightly as well. So like I said, both companies are in the genomic industry, so they're quite familiar, but in my opinion there's space for both of them in that industry. But again, there's a key difference. First of all, Illumina is a much older company, so their growth cycle is much more advanced than Invitae. Invitae is much younger, so you might see a steeper growth in the next couple of years than Illumina, but still, Illumina can still grow in the next couple of years as well if they do a couple of things correctly, such as maybe advance more in the long read section. Currently, they are focusing on short read in the sequencing, but they wanted to acquire a company that is specialized in that. Didn't go through because of the whole monopoly aspect. But let's see what both of them have in common. Both of them have products that are called genetic testing kits. Both of them offer them to the public. Obviously, for Invitae, that's their primary product that they're offering for people that do not have any, let's say, hospitals or clinics nearby. But they are also offering that something new, a chatbot support for clinics that can help them and see whether or not their patients actually need such a kit, and if they do, maybe how to use them, how to see the results, etc. Moreover, Invitae should be merging with a company called ArcherDX. ArcherDX is a private oncology genetic testing company, so obviously that's a new section for their portfolio. Oncology is basically the research in all of the cancer segment. Now, the company expects that the merger will drive about 50% of additional revenue growth over the next 5 years by giving Invitae a chance to compete in the $40 billion cancer genomics and monitoring market. So, as you can see, and it's not the first time that Invitae has been acquiring or merging with companies. It has made 3 acquisitions actually earlier this year. I'm gonna leave the links obviously to every article in the description below, so I can keep this as short as possible. But as you can see, Invitae is really growing fast and aggressively by acquiring lots of small startups to help and build their portfolio. As for Illumina, as you can see here, their revenue growth has been growing year over year, but their business model is basically selling machines that are less profitable than their consumables. Their consumables is also their way of having a growing revenue year over year. Consumables meaning those testing kits as well, but that's the difference between Illumina and Invitae. Illumina also has those big machines that clinics or hospitals, for example, research centers can acquire and use Illumina technology in that. We can see right here that the cost for a genome sequencing has been reduced year over year. I think back in the day it was around back in the day, I mean 2010, obviously 2003, it was around $1 million or so, if I'm not mistaken. But let's say 2010, as you can see right here, it was around $15,000. Now it's around $800, and they want to reduce that even more to around $100 in the next couple of years. So both companies are trying to do and make that genomic testing and genomic sequencing gets as much price reduction possible to make it affordable, so that obviously more research can be done, more prevention can be done, and eventually I think with the help of other companies, gene editing could be done, and people that are born with a default gene, with a faulty gene, that could be edited right away or maybe treated more in advance. So to conclude, again, both companies are great to have in your portfolio. If you can afford to buy both of them and hold them for the longer term, that will be ideal. But for me, I think since Invitae is still in the beginning or in the starting phase of their growth, I think Invitae is the better play for the next 5 years, that is. And then obviously year over year, we can evaluate the company and see if they are reaching a couple of goals that will make us reevaluate our position. But for me, Invitae is a buy at this point. Obviously, as I said in my previous videos, Illumina is a buy as well. If you can afford, again, if you can afford both of them, do that. But for me, since I already have Illumina and I bought it a while ago, the price right now might be a bit expensive, I think. As we saw on the chart, it does not seem that way, because on the chart we've seen that Invitae has actually been overbought. So wait a bit until the price calms down. But I think for growing perspective, in the next couple of years, I think Invitae could be a real gainer in your portfolio. That will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up, as it really helps me out get my videos out there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe now is the time to hit that subscribe button. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 stocks to buy in the month of July. Obviously, one of them will be Invitae. So stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.